Hello and welcome to this video to give you a quick update on the latest information we know as of April 24, 2020 on the CARES Act. And again, I'm Randy Hendershot, founder and CEO with Evolution Advisor. So kind of just jumping right in, you have a first slide is a PPP update. It's been interesting. A lot of media, I think, has been sharing how a lot of these funds made it to just larger businesses. And based on this information here, you can see that's actually not very accurate, with 74% of most of the loans, or 74% of the loans, going to at $150,000 or less. So kind of gives you a breakdown here. Almost 1.7 million loans done, which is amazing. The next slide here gives a little bit of breakdown on the industries, and it's a pretty good mix. If you look at from the top, construction getting the most and all the way down, but it's a pretty good mix of industries. And as far as where the funds have made it, the amount of loans and the dollar amounts that have made it to those industries as well. Been hearing a lot of questions about different items around the PPP and the EIDL loan. You know, for example, I don't have anything for my employees to do right now. Why should I pay them to work? I really need the help after I open, not so much now. And some folks are saying, no, my employees can make more money on unemployment. You know, why would I want them to come back? It's interesting to kind of keep things in perspective. These two loan products, the PPP and the EIDL, are different in what they were set out to accomplish. The PPP was really set to get immediate funds in employees' hands as soon as possible to help with the economic conditions. So it's really a short-term process to get the money in, like I said, into employees' hands and help jumpstart the economy. The EIDL is really more of a long-term loan product for working capital and similar. So again, these are really two different types of loans to kind of keep that in mind. The PPP to inject some funds into the economy as soon as possible to get the paychecks going again, and then EIDL is more of a long-term piece as well. So really kind of want to keep that in perspective. A couple questions also come up on, hey, if I purchased a business after 2/16, can I apply for the PPP? And the answer is no. You need to have a business beforehand. And then also, this has been an interesting one. I think we'll really kind of see how this plays out as we move forward. For a business that's being sold today and has accepted a PPP loan or an EIDL loan, how do you handle that? Some say, well, maybe we'll look at more of a stock sale versus an asset sale, so those loans will be assumable. There could be some other ideas coming up with employees from the existing business being maybe on a consulting basis. So that's going to be kind of, have to play out as we move forward. A little update on the lenders. There are 4,000 PPP lenders out there, and a lot of those lenders are now accepting non-customer applications. And before now, that was not the case. They were only working with their own customers. So that has changed, which is a positive. And on a side note, cash flow, really important to figure out what's best for your business really starts with your cash flow needs and really taking the moment to review that. And as a reminder, we've got a really nice cash flow tool that was put together by Junction Peak, which is on our website on one of the blogs as well that can help you with that if you need some help. But again, the idea is to figure out what your cash flow needs are, then to determine which loan products might be helpful for you. And again, you're, as a customer here applying for loans, you can work with multiple banks if you feel you need to, and then figure out which one works best with you, and then go from there. And on a side note, we're always, as we chat with sellers and business owners, it's so important to have your financials up to date, and there's never been a time for that to be in case today. Your financials, the more so that you've got them up to date and you're ready to go, that's going to help you out tremendously as you move forward with any piece that you do. So the past PPP round, the first round has ended, and there's a new round, and this is going into play. Loans will, depending on when you're listening to this video, will have started at 7:30 on Monday the 27th. So new loan, new PP funding, over 300 billion, 60 billion has been set aside for underbanked, and that's really for small, the really small businesses that may not have a strong banking relationship. So hopefully those funds will help out the small of the small businesses. They've added another 60 billion to the EIDL loan program. New apps had stopped being accepted as of 4/15. So now there'll be another 60 billion available there as well. Also, I've heard that if you applied for an EIDL loan before March 29th and you have not heard anything as of now, you may need to reapply. There was a little glitch in the system. They updated their system. So if you haven't heard any response at all and you replied before 3/29, you most likely need to reapply. The word we're hearing is this takes about 4 to 6 weeks for those documents for you to hear a response being accepted or not. They've also got, of this 300 billion for the PPP, they've got 75 billion going for hospitals, some more money for testing and such. And once again, as these new, I think a lot of folks learned from this last round, be prepared, communicate with your bank, but you got to be ready to get going here. And again, this is already starting as of April 27th. There is a new program that's being discussed and is most likely coming out in the coming weeks. And this one's going to be a non-SBA type program versus the previous EIDL, PPP. Those other programs are SBA guaranteed. This is actually through the Federal Reserve. Interesting part, this is really targeted towards a little larger businesses, so small to medium-sized businesses, not so much versus the PPP and the EIDL were really kind of geared towards the smaller, and this is kind of the medium size, if you want to call it that. The minimum is $1 million. That could go smaller. We'll have to see about that. But again, you can see it's, it's going to go through a lender as well. I think partially a program through the Federal Reserve. But again, it's more towards the medium-sized businesses. So more on this will be coming along. There's some different aspects to this one. You can add this to existing loans. But again, more information will be coming down the pike on this. So again, hopefully this information is helping you. Again, a real short video. I just want to give you what we know as of April 24th. Again, if you have any questions, please give us a call. You can send us an email, or you can do the old-fashioned way and use the regular phone. Give us a ring there at our number listed on the screen. So again, hope this is helpful, and we'll chat with you soon. Thank you.